Hello, 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 parents paying for college. My name is Yvette. I am the credit plug, and we're coming to you. And what we do on Wednesdays is we do Whiteboard Wednesdays, where we go over financial strategies, financial information that will empower you to make the necessary changes in your life to start to fix your finances. So I'm definitely going to jump right in. I'm pulling up my whiteboard here. And definitely, guys, please excuse my voice. We had an awesome team event this weekend. We rented out a mansion. We're doing, content creation, and it was a great camaraderie. And us, just all being together. So, kind of lost my voice, and it's coming back to me, but we're going to go ahead and get through it and make it today. So definitely, if you know some people that maybe need this information, share them, share the group with them, invite them to the group, because that's all we talk about is financial information, how you can create additional streams of income, as well as how you can leave your job if that's what you choose to do. But today we're going to talk about the game of life. And if you're watching this on a replay, definitely hit me with the hashtag replay. Let me know where you are watching it from. And we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So this is my whiteboard that I'm using. I'm using a digital whiteboard, and I'm going to see how that works out for me today. If it doesn't work out, I do apologize. This is my first time doing so. Um, here. So we're talking about the game of life, and I have the board set up in quarters, and we're gonna go ahead and just get this started, get this labeled because um we want to know what quarter you're in. We want to go over this and talk about it. And sometimes, we don't have the information. Sometimes we do. But as I go over this and get this set up, we just want to talk about the game of life and see which quarter you're in and if you're actually winning this financial game. Now, most of us, we don't even plan past our birthdays. That's one big problem that we have as a society, that we don't do any type of long-term planning for our future, our future finances, and how, that's going to look, and if we're going to have the money that we need once we're at the end of our life, where we're, don't want to work anymore, not able to work anymore. Are we still going to be able to take care of ourselves? And then for a lot of us, we don't want to think about that. But however, that is very important, because unfortunately, the things that you do today are affecting your tomorrows. And for a lot of us, like I said, we don't even plan. The biggest thing that we plan is our birthday. We don't know exactly. We know exactly what we're going to do for our birthday. We plan for our birthday, coming in January, the month before. We know exactly what we're going to do for our birthday. That's just what we do. And that's where you're actually celebrating the birthday. Like we plan our birthday all the way up until the day. Then while we're celebrating our birthday, we start planning what we're going to do for next year. Or right when it's over, we are planning what we're going to do for our next birthday. Now imagine if we took that same care and applied it to our future. Just imagine. So today we're going to talk about part of the financial game that many don't like to talk about. This is real life. And if you don't start planning out our futures, then we're going to be planning to fail in the future. And most financial analysts for statistics, they divide life up into 4 quarters. Okay, you have your first quarter, and in the first quarter, they're saying that the age range for that first quarter is about 25 to 35. So they're taking account of, you've graduated from, college, you're starting your first professional job, and most people do that starting around the age of 25. So that's when the this actually starts. The first quarter of your life is considered 25, because by then you have should have been working at least a little bit, and you're, at a place where you're starting to think about your future, as well as hopefully you're starting to save for your future. Now, we look at the first quarter as being from age 25 to 35 years of age. Now, we're taking the average person that, well, not even average, we're just taking this is going to be based on a person making $25,000 a year. Okay, guys. So these numbers are based on a person making $25,000 per year. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, that's not very much, but that's minimum wage, okay? So if you're able to make more than minimum rate wage, then you are probably making more than $25,000 per year. But this is just a good place for us to start, okay? So they're saying that the first quarter of your life, the first 10 years of your working career from age 25 to 35, if you're making at least $25,000 a year, then by the time that you are 35, you should have at least $25,000 working towards your retirement. You should have at least $25,000 working towards your retirement. If you are 35 years old, you should have $25,000 in your retirement fund. Are you set? Are you there? Do you have that? Right? If you are 35 to 45 years old, they're saying you should have at least $50,000 saved for retirement. $50,000. Are you there? These are just average, and like you said, $25,000 making $25,000 a year is nothing. Fine, okay. So if that doesn't, is nothing, you can make $25,000 a year. Then do you have $50,000 working for you? Hold on, it's missing a zero. I have 25 there. By the time you're 45, you should have at least $50,000 working for you. By the time you're 55, they say you should have at least $75,000 working for you. Now, this is just a financial game of life. This is if you want to, if at some point you're going to want to retire. And they're saying that at each quarter of your life, you should have this amount of money working for you to be able to maintain your lifestyle of you making if you're making $25,000 now a year to maintain that lifestyle of $25,000. This is the amount of money you need to be have working for you in your retirement to give you the income you need so you don't have to go back into the workforce. Because see, what happens is a lot of us, we get to the age of 65 and we don't have enough money in our retirement. And what we're learning that retirement is not necessarily based on an age. Retirement is based on when you can afford to do so. So if you can afford to retire sooner, then you're in a better position than someone who's not. But for a lot of people, that's not the case. The case is they have what we call is after these four quarters, they have a whole nother thing set up for them. And we call that overtime. They set up an overtime. And do you know what overtime is? Overtime is once you're over the age of 65, you've retired from your corporate job or whatever job you worked for the past 40 years. However, you do not have enough money saved to last you until you actually die. From 65, most people are living to at least 85, 90. A lot of people don't have enough money in their savings, in their 401k account to last them for 20 years to make it through their life. So they are having to go into overtime and getting a job at Walmart. These are the greeters you see at the Walmart. These are the people the older people that are working at these grocery stores, and they have re-entered the workforce because they did not have enough money saved for your retirement. Now, this is just now remember, this is just only for a person that's making $25,000 a year. Now, if you make more than that, it should be more saved. So if you are a person that makes $50,000 a year, these numbers should be doubled. So you should at 35, you should have at least $50,000 working for you. If you're making $50,000 a year at 45, you should have at least $100,000 working for you. If you're making $50,000 a year at 55, you should have at least $150,000 working for you. And when I say working for you, that means I mean invested. Invested so it could create a rate of return, create a return for you, to create an income for you. At 65, if you're making $50,000 a year, you should have at least $200,000 working towards retirement for you. And I'm telling you, retirement is not a certain age. They want to stretch it out. They keep stretching it out because Social Security is not going to be there for us. So they keep stretching it 70, 72. However, if you get yourself into a position where you have enough money working for you to maintain your lifestyle, you can retire when you're financially able to. You do not have to wait to a certain age. And you don't want to be in a position where after 65 you left the workforce, but you have to go back into the workforce because your money is running out, but you're still living. That's one thing you do not want to do. Now at 65 years, if you don't have the income to maintain your lifestyle, you will have to find income. You just has to happen. And Social Security is not going to cover everybody, because guys, we have to look at guys, people that are my age, parents my age at 45. We have all the baby boomers, that it was over 1 million baby boomers. They're all going to be collecting Social Security. They're going to wipe out the Social Security fund pretty much. So when it's our time to collect that, it's not going to be there for us. So we're going to have to invest in different ways, different avenues for us to be able to take care of ourselves past retirement age. And so now is the time that we need to be looking at additional streams of income. We need to be looking at additional cash flow. We need to be looking at how to bring more money into our household, because we're going to be stuck at a position where we're going to run out of money, and we're still going to have life left. That's like now, while some of us run out of money before the month ends, we're going to run out of money, and we're still going to have time left in our life, and we're going to end up having to rejoin a workforce as and as a senior citizen. And you didn't want to work when now we don't like our jobs, we're complaining about our jobs, this is getting on our nerves, they're not treating us right, they don't want to give us a raise. Imagine when you're 65, 70, excuse me, imagine 65, 70, having to go back out and find a job because you didn't have enough money to last until your life ended. So that's just something to think about. And so at this point, guys, if you're not at least these statistics, if you're not at least have if you're in the first quarter of your life, if you do not have at least 1 year of your salary working for you by the age of 35, you're behind. If you're 45 years old, if you don't have at least 2 years of your salary, of your yearly salary invested working for you, you are behind. If you're 55 years old and if you don't have at least 3 years of your salary invested, you're behind. And if you're in the fourth quarter, at least 65 years of age, and you don't have at least 4 years worth of your salary invested, then you're behind. And we have strategies and we have ways that can help you out and help you get more cash flow into your home so that you can start investing more for your future. And if that's something you would like more information for, definitely let me know. And guys, on YouTube, we have a private group on Facebook for parents paying for college, where we teach these financial strategies, and we go live every Wednesday with Whiteboard Wednesday with different financial strategies. Today we're talking about the game of life. There's 4 quarters plus overtime. Which one are you in? It is time for us to cut out the games and play the game of life and play to win, because at some point you're not going to be wanting to work until you die. You want to set yourself up to be able to retire on your terms and be able to live the life that you would like to live when you're a senior citizen in your golden years. So that's definitely the point of this particular live, the game of life. Which quarter are you in? And if, like I said, YouTubers, if you want to get hooked up with the private group parents that we have, for our parents paying for college, you leave me a message and I'll get you hooked up with the group. For everybody in my group, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, if you want more information on how you can start to accumulate additional streams of income, multiple streams of income, or you can set up a plan to make sure that you have enough money to be able to retire on your terms at the end of your working period, let me know. Again, my name is Yvette. I am the Credit Plug, and you guys have a wonderful Wednesday.